There are three core training methods that we use to train any dog behavior: luring, capturing, and shaping. Today we're going to be talking about luring. Luring is a useful dog training technique. It's a great way to jumpstart a behavior. A lure is anything the dog will follow closely with their nose, such as a piece of food or toy. The key to luring is to fade the lure as soon as possible. We'll show you how to do that in this video. One thing to note, not all behaviors require you to fade out the lure. Dock diving is a great example of this. You would never fade out the lure that the dog is jumping out into the water to get. And if you've never seen dock diving, you should Google it or go look it up on YouTube. It's really fun to watch.
Wait, back up a minute. If you want to learn more about positive reinforcement training and service dogs, make sure you are subscribed to our channel, nose the bell icon to get notifications for new doggy videos, and paw that like button.
I have a treat in my fingers, like a talking duck. And first I want to make sure that the dog will follow it. Good. Yes. 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 All right, now I know the dog will follow it, so we work to teach a behavior with it. Right? So why don't we just work with one we had? So we're going to do a spin. So I'm going to put the treat to his nose. Hold, release the treat. Do it one more time. Release the treat. Now I'm going to hold my hand in the same position with no food. Yes. And give him a treat. Yes. Then eventually I can turn it to just a finger pointing. Yes. And if I want, I can add the verbal cue. Turn. Yes. Turn. Good job. You can use it to teach things like a bow, but we call it a stretch. So I'm just going to hold the treat to his nose and put it right down here between his feet. Yes. Search. Yes. Search. And maybe we can do it to teach him how to lay down all the way. So again, I'm just going to hold the treat in my hand, and I'm not going to release it. Yes. Till I get the behavior I'm looking for. Find it. You can do all kind of fun things with luring. Down. We can teach a crawl. So I'm just going to hold it in my fingers. Yes. And release it. I'm only going to ask for a few steps. Yes. And release it. Find it. There you go. It's over there. Keep going. Hey, go that way. There you go. Down. Yes. And I'll release it. Good. Search. Alright, now this time I'm going to do it without the treat. Down. Oh, get that treat. I'm going to hold my fingers the same way, and I'm just going to bring them across the board. Yes, and I'll mark it and give them a treat. No treat. Oh, yes. Oh boy. Search. And this is something new we're working on. I'm going to start with 2 treats, one in each hand. Ready? Center. Yes. So I'm going to take this first treat, release it, pick him up with his second treat, bring him all the way around. Yes. Another treat here, 1 treat, all the way around, release the treat, pick him up with the second treat. Yes. Good job. One more time. All the way around. Good job. So now what I'm going to do is just use my fingers. Ready? Same way with no treats. Pick him up. Bring him all the way around. Yes. And I'll give him a treat. I have special treats. Good job. Are you ready? One more time. No treats. these, I have them use a little softer treats. This way. Down. That's a good boy. And I'm going to use these softer treats just to get a nice bend in his neck. I'm going to bring his head around and I'm going to hold the treat for a minute just to keep that bend in his neck, that stretch. Good boy. And I may do it on this side 2 or 3 times. Good job. Good job. And eventually I can teach a rollover with this, which is why I'm having him roll, kind of move into me right here. I'm going to move away a little bit. And, oh, he's going to roll right over. Boop. Good. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just bring his head around, hold the treat for a minute, get a nice stretch in that neck. Luna's not helping. She's eating his tail. That's a good boy. Good job. Search. You can use a lure to teach their dogs to bring their front feet up onto a platform. Yay, search. You can use it for something like a table, an exam table at the vet's office, the scale at the vet's office, just to help your dog be more comfortable with getting on the scale, getting on an examination table. This is also a really good way to build strength in the dog, in their hind end, and their core muscles. Good job, Noel. So a couple of things to remember. Make sure the dog can follow the lure. Make sure you don't release the lure until the dog's in the position that you want. And if the lure isn't part of the end behavior, to fade it out as quickly as possible, yes, use a marker and then you can deliver your treat. Think about how you want to hold your hand position while you're holding the lure so that when you do get rid of the lure, right, you can hold your hand in the same position and it'll help the dog be more successful. I hope this has given you a couple of helpful tips on how to use luring. We'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment. Have you taught a behavior with luring? And tell us how it went.